Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. We're talking about Trunori again today. Now, this is an MLM that we have been talking about recently because not only are they a brand new MLM, but they are also gathering some Scentsy consultants and leaders and having them join their team. In this specific video, we're talking about their compensation plan, which is sure to be unlike any other compensation plan we've ever seen in the past, right? We're gonna get right the fuck into it, but first, we need the disclaimer. If you are not familiar with Trunori, which, let's be honest, most of us are unfamiliar because it is the newest multi-level marketing / network marketing company out there pushing their quote-unquote business opportunity. Now, if you are not familiar with the MLM space, this is what is also called a multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, social selling company, party plan company. Some would even refer to this type of business model as a pyramid scheme. And that is because they do run off of a recruitment-based team building business model, meaning the more people they recruit onto their team, the more people that join to promote Trunori, to sell Trunori, the more money that person makes. Most companies like this do have products that they front, in my opinion, as a cover to hide what's really happening. The products of choice for Trunori are none other than health and wellness. We have extremely overpriced protein. We have magic pills that are going to fix your energy, your weight, and your memory, amongst other things. And who knows what they'll come up with next. Any Hoosier, this MLM did just launch, I think it was this month, so February of 2026. And the pipeline from Scentsy leaders to becoming Trunori leaders is, interestingly enough, very strong. There have been quite a few Scentsy fragrance consultants that have either downgraded their superstar director status to certified consultants or left altogether and joined Trunori. So it's been an interesting trend to watch. I'm very curious to see what happens over the next couple of months between Scentsy and Trunori. I honestly think this is another awakened situation where they're going to leave as quickly as they came, if you know what I mean. We do have a video that shows them going over their compensation plan, or at least that's what they say. And there were a few requests to talk about their compensation plan. So let's go ahead and get the fuck into it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another little lunchtime event with us to learn a little bit more about the compensation plan. Crystal and I were just chatting. We're pretty excited to share with you, like she just said, an aspect of the comp plan that we really didn't get into depth with before. We just kind of touched on it. So we're going to add like another level of depth to it. And then in time, we'll go even deeper because it is just a really, really important facet of this compensation plan. It's a way to make you more money, your team more money. So we are pretty excited that, this unilevel compensation plan, if you've not been part of a unilevel compensation plan, you're in great hands. A lot of us have experience with this and have been able to max comp plans, over time, over the years. Essentially, I'm not saying a unilevel is better than a binary. There's so many different kinds of comp plans out there. And all of them have amazing benefits to them in this industry. This is just one that I'm most familiar with and has generated the most income for myself and a lot of other people. So when you have a unilevel, one of the main things is you can sign up as many people as you want that are going to be we're calling them here E1, your personal brand partners that are your level 1. And you could sign up 500. If you do, that's awesome. You've got 500 people that you're always going to get paid on as your first level. But we have a feature that's really, really amazing in this business. I don't know if we decided, did we say holding tank or waiting room? Basically, you've got 30 days to decide where to put these people in your organization. Because what you can do is, let's just say every single one of you walks into this today, but I have to put you in a group in 3 groups. That's kind of where we're looking at it mindset wise. You're going to start. My suggestion is, you might have 10 people. you need a minimum of 3 legs based on certain ranks as you go, down the line.
I can't even watch this in double speed because what are we doing? You don't have any kind of layout to teach these people. We're just diving into this confusion sandwich salad. It's a sandwich and a salad because it's that confusing.
So think of, let's see, I'm going to pick 3, like just say 3 people, and they're going to be the top of those line. They're going to be the 3 people that you sign up, and you're going to combine the rest of those people under them. So you're going to create just 3 groups, like 3 mini little teams that you're building and you're working and you're stacking with.
Okay. What the fuck? We're already talking about stacking teammates so you can maximize their compensation plan. And these people don't even know what they're selling.
So it's a good way to kind of envision it as how you're going to build it. No matter where you put all of, where I put all of you, if you're the top person or you're the last person, I still will earn on you the commission portion that I'm going to earn on my personally enrolled. It doesn't matter if you come in 6 years down the road and you're level 500, I'm going to get paid on you because I personally signed you up.
I'm done here. This is all we needed, right? This MLM is going to be finished tomorrow by the looks of it. Anyway.
I've got actually, where's the, pull up the comp plan and share that with you guys just for 1 second so you can see this aspect before I kind of do another visual here. We want to share the screen. Where's my button here? Share.
They all seemingly forget how to share their screen. Every time we're on a Zoom with these multi-level marketing professionals, they just forgot how to do it.
How do you share the screen? How do I change the slides? What do I do from here as a boss babe?
Okay. So on our compensation plan, what's pretty cool, like I was saying.
I wonder how many typos are in these slides. If you missed our first Trunori video, there was typo after typo after typo in their launch call.
Let's think about you've built these 3 teams. I've got the 3 people here. So that's kind of the visual you want to keep in your head on here. When you are building a team,
it's like she's filming this on a potato.
I'm a potato.
You're going to get, where are we at? Here we go. Okay. So you've got this commission that you're going to be able to earn off all of the people that you've brought into the compensation plan, and you're going to be trying to rank up. So essentially when you sign up, you've got, you're a brand partner, you're in, here you go. You've got 1 partner here, $60 in personal volume. You are unlock level 1, 10% enrollment tree, 5% sponsor tree.
I apologize for the blurriness of this video. Obviously, they record on Zoom.
I used to do that too.
And the quality from what I can download is just trash, really. So apologies, but it says what she's saying. You just really have to get close to the screen and squint to see it.
So enrollment tree is basically all of the people that you personally enroll. So like I said, if I signed up every single one of you, obviously I have more than 1 brand partner. I've got more than $60 in personal volume. I'm going to start to earn 10% commission on all of you and the orders that you produce, no matter where you're at, where you're placed. But what's really cool is that sponsor tree. Let's say, for example, I enrolled Crystal. We all know Crystal's a rock star, and I take Crystal and I place her, let's say I place her under Heather. So Heather now is going to benefit from all the awesome things that Crystal is doing, and she's going to earn 5% commission just based on me placing Crystal underneath her. She didn't enroll her.
So it's not actually unilateral is what I'm hearing. It's just the top leader being able to organize the team in a way that benefits her the best. In my opinion, from what I'm hearing so far, and this is confusing as shit. And again, you guys, what do we say around here?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
How you get paid should never be this confusing, even in a sales position.
I am also going to benefit from that because I'm going to get the 10% enrollment commission off Crystal. I'm also going to benefit on the placement, like that 5% sponsor. Also, I'm increasing Heather's checks.
This just isn't unilateral. That's what it comes down to. It's objectively not unilateral. It's multi-levels. There are more. I'm so confused at how people believe this shit. I really am.
So when Heather's checks increase, I earn a portion of that, as time goes on. So you're unlocking levels as you go. And you're literally helping other people build a business and helping them earn commission. So if you have never, built in this business, it is absolutely incredible the amount of people that you can help just by doing this.
How are you helping them though? You haven't even talked about the product. So what the fuck are you doing to help them? Helping them make money? So you're just teaching them how to ask people to join this unilateral compensation plan and change their lives, but you don't know how. You're just going to make money. That's not how this works. This isn't chainmail. Remember chainmail? That was like the thing we as millennial kids had to worry about. Like we were told,
don't get involved with the chainmail.
Some of them were kind of fun, but most were just a scam. Damn, you guys, the 90s were the best fucking time to grow up. And I don't care what anyone says. The 90s and the early 2000s, we had the best childhoods. Personal circumstances aside, God, what a fun time. I want to go back to watching Ren and Stimpy on Saturday. For taking that walk down memory lane with me.
And there's definitely, like we've got on here, 5% placement bonuses, 5% commissional volume on qualifying product within your placement tree, played up to 6 levels deep. So that's,
which is also not unilateral.
6 levels deep on people that you didn't even sign up. Like when Crystal has 6 levels and she's placed under you, you're going to get 5% commission on those 6 levels of people that she didn't bring in.
It's a game. So what she's saying is that you can have your team, like you have your personal recruits, and that whole line you can then put under somebody else. So say Amber over here is really good at all the things, and Stephanie over here is good at sales. So we're going to put her under this person who's good at recruiting and sales. So this person gets her sales bonuses as well as the person up here gets those bonuses. But this person here is just getting paid on the sales because they don't recruit.
Oh my God, you know how confusing you sound right now?
It's still multi-level. You're just rearranging it the way you want it. You still have hobbyists. You still have the people who are recruiting. And you still have the high up tip of the pyramid people like this individual who have already started recruiting before you. It's the same thing. You just worded it differently so you can hopefully trick more people into joining your bullshit multi-level marketing company, allegedly, and in my opinion.
And you're helping your team instead of just saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to keep you all just here. I'm going to have a 500 legs. By stacking and combining those, you're increasing other people's checks. You're increasing your check. You're also building like many little communities within those teams.
And we have not sold one single product yet. You just recruited people.
Which is, kind of a cool aspect. So, whoever obviously is, we're saying right now, hey, now is the time to come in because and secure your spot, because more of you are going to be towards the top of some tree somewhere.
What are we watching, you guys? Is this real life? At this point, when the new MLMs start and they start spewing their bullshit, it just feels like I am in a satire film. Somebody is creating something around the MLM community as satire, and I'm falling for it.
That is the only logical explanation.
That's my theory, because there's no way this is real. There's no way that there are people that believe this. And I'm sorry if you are. It's not too late to say, like,
Oh my God, I made a mistake.
we all make mistakes, I promise. I am a repeat offender of mistakes.
I made too many mistakes.
It's okay to admit it and walk away. You don't have to then get online and talk to people about how amazing it is and reword things when you truly, probably, honestly know that this is bullshit.
We're not saying that you will. You know, there's no guarantee, you know, where you're going to be placed or anything like that.
Right, because it's you, the person who started the recruiting process, who has say in it. So they have to have so much trust in you to join your team to start their business and hope you place them correctly so that they actually profit off of this bullshit. Maybe.
But the people that obviously are working, that are leading, that are going to help other people, that are showing up, you know, a lot of times those are the things that I did in my last business. I was like, hey, this person has come on. If I place them under you, this is going to help you get a bonus and rank up. I'm going to place them under you. Are you willing to help them if they need an extra, you know, an extra three-way call? Or are you going to include them in different things with your team? Support their posts. You know, I always like to tell everyone, like, hey, obviously we're so busy now, but I usually just have like a list that I'll create on Facebook that will be placement team and sponsor team. And then if you only have so much time, you can just click on that pre-made list on Facebook.
So likely what they're doing when this is happening, when they have this ability to move their sponsors, is they're going to take the people who are not recruiting or have no plan to recruit and put them under somebody else. In my opinion, in most cases, likely. So if she were to take somebody who doesn't recruit and only sells and left them on her unilateral team, it wouldn't benefit her as much as it would if she stuck them under somebody who is recruiting actively and is wanting to build a team that will stay her unilateral team, if that makes sense.
It doesn't.
Like, again, these things are so confusing. So trying to explain how fucked up it is also confusing, because you have to untangle the web that they fucking weaved. And I don't know what the fuck they think they're doing, but we're here doing it. So, in short, she will make more money if she puts somebody who's just selling and not recruiting under somebody who is on her team and is recruiting. Yeah, I hope that made some kind of sense.
What a mess.
Let's get back into it.
And comment and support those people that, you know, maybe are placed under you to help you grow your business. Let me hit the stop share on here. And I know, before I pass it a little bit more to Crystal, I pulled out just a whiteboard to just give you guys like a little idea of kind of how you can do it.
This feels like a Michael Scott moment. Like, he is pulling a whiteboard. We're all like, it's a pyramid scheme.
How is this not a pyramid scheme?
Jim has to go up and draw the pyramid.
It's not a pyramid scheme. It's not even a scheme per se.
And be like, this is a pyramid scheme.
I have to go make a call.
That's like the best. I use that clip so often, and I'm sorry if you're tired of it. I can't help it. It's just so good. It's so good.
So, get this here. All right. Hopefully you guys can see it. And I'm hoping that it's not written backwards. So let's say you've signed up. One that works. You've signed up, let's say I've got Crystal. Can you read these or no?
We can see them. We can figure out.
They look kind of, I'll write them bigger. Let's see. Crystal, Kaylee, and Sue. These are 3 of your enrollments.
Anybody in a big money company where you are definitely going to be successful and succeed typically has a better system of showing this on a shared screen very clearly without having to say,
Can you read that?
Businesses that promise success and then deliver have their shit together way more than any MLM participant does, in my opinion, speaking as somebody who was an MLM participant.
If I move Crystal under Kaylee and I move Sue under Kaylee, Crystal and Sue are under Kaylee. Kaylee now has 2 legs. These are going to count as 2 of her legs when you need 3. So you don't always have to sponsor those legs. But if I combine everybody into 1 leg and I've got, you know, floaters all over the place, I'm only going to get credit towards a rank for 40% of a leg, guys. I guess I need to do a better visual.
What the fuck? This is some serious fuck shit, you guys. Serious fuck shit. Somebody explain to me how I'm seeing this incorrectly. This is messy.
I'm only going to get credit for 40% of a leg. Let's just say how I combined all 3 of those together. If you have, let me make sure everybody's waiting for it. Okay. If you're going for a rank, you want to have 3 legs and you're only going to get credit for 40% of the volume on that leg. So essentially, I can't just sign Crystal up. She starts producing $200,000 a month in volume, and I'm like, call it a day. I'm not doing shit. Like, I'm just going to rank up because she's awesome. It's not going to work that way. If she's producing $200,000 in volume, I'm only going to get credit for 40% of that volume towards a rank.
So it's not unilateral. The fuck?
I'm going to get credit for, let's see, can you tell that my brain is not working? Times 40%. $80,000 of that towards a rank. So I want to spread out the legs if I'm trying to go for a rank. I can't have, you know, if I'm trying to hit $200,000 a month in sales, I can't have it all come from one spot. I have to have it split up from multiple legs. It could be 10 legs, but you need a minimum of 3. So in my mind, I feel like we all need to focus on the 3, and then you can add some more as it goes, because, you know, if you've been in this industry, life happens. That strong leg may not always be your strong leg. You always want to have like those plan Bs, but you don't need like plan A to Z, like with all of the legs. You want to just build enough legs. Okay, you know what? I've got 3 good legs going. I've got another new girl that's coming in. You know, maybe we're 6 months down the road. We know business is going to be insane by summer. You know what? I'm going to just build another leg under her.
Something tells me it's going to be insane in the way that it is gone. The gone type of insane. Like,
Damn, that shit was insane.
not like,
This is insane. It's so great.
you know, there's 2 different types of insane.
She's going to come in, she's going to bring in her team, and some of the new people I'm going to start bringing, and they're all going to be closer to the top of that tree. So you can kind of work it that way. I'm going to pass it over to Crystal, kind of give her thoughts, because we've been kind of just chit-chatting back and forth just to have a conversation with you about this.
Yeah, so you guys, this is, especially if you've never worked with any kind of like a holding tank type of opportunity to build, it really, really is incredible. And it's such a powerful tool to help you build like builders, to build leaders.
How is it a powerful tool to build leaders when all you've talked about so far is recruiting and moving people to a different leg so you can profit? That's all we've gotten so far. And we are far enough into the call where there should have been real business talk, not pyramid scheme like talk, allegedly, and in my opinion.
You know, Carrie said something a little bit ago about if I, you know, how offering it, like, let's just say, you know, I have Valerie, right? And again, the same thing, I say, hey, Valerie, I'm going to put, Ashley is so close to something, and I'm like, I'm going to put Valerie underneath you. This also builds layered leadership, okay? And that is so important, because truly, think about it. Like, you are literally, you're building one incredible house, okay? Like a skyscraper. But it all starts at that foundation, right? And so the more that you can layer and build in that layered leadership, the easier it is for everybody, because
it's unilateral, but you have layered leadership. What the fuck? Shouldn't be this confusing, guys. Ever. I'm actually not sure I've ever heard a more confusing compensation plan explanation in my entire anti-MLM content creation career. Never.
Not once,
And I have filmed a lot of videos. I have reacted to a lot of calls. I have never heard a compensation plan being this confusingly explained in my life. It's almost like they have to just keep adding layers of the confusion because the awareness is raising somehow, some way around the MLM business model and how predatory and disgusting it actually can be.
In reality, it's not just saying, hey, you know, like she took Crystal and put Crystal under, I don't remember who you put me under, but you know, put me under somebody and that person just does nothing, like, and they're just benefiting, and it's just like this incredible, here you go, like a horseshoe, right? It helps everybody. Now Crystal's getting leadership from more than just Carrie, right? And so again, everybody's benefiting because we're helping out. Like that person's helping you with your volume, but you're also helping support them in the leadership, okay? And so that is huge. So something that, and we were reflecting on this a little bit a while ago too, is in a previous company that I was in, I have experience with both the binary and the uni level.
I'm sorry, I'm pausing a lot. I just have a lot to say. It sounds more like they're playing pretend as a manager because they never were able to figure out how to be a leader on their own or build their own business or any of those things, which I'm not bashing you for that because same. I would be way better off if I was somebody who was educated enough to get to a CEO spot or a leadership spot like that. I'm not, okay? And that's okay. Not everybody is, not everybody's supposed to be. But it sounds like these people who maybe aren't cut out for leadership positions or managerial positions are now buying into companies so that they can play pretend as a leader or a manager when they really have no fucking clue what they're doing.
Sorry, I'm rambling.
It just feels like they are playing pretend where they can pick and choose people who they know or they see on social media and put them in a managerial role and give them a team to manage. And that's not how it is in the real world. You have to have the qualities and the skills that it takes to build a type of business that these people are fantasizing about. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
And I will say, you know, the uni level is where I grew for a very long time. And something that I learned that I think, you know, all of us who experienced that growth and leadership in a uni level, you learned as you went along, and we are determined as leadership here to make.
You can't learn as you go along in things like this. You have to have some kind of idea to have success in a team building business model.
Make sure that we show you and give you the tools to build the best way before this launches, right? Because we've learned, like I'll speak for myself, I learned the hard way, not truly understanding the value of what this like holding tank truly can do for your business, right? And the leaders that you bring in and lock arms with. Because at the end of the day, if you're the only one winning, you're not winning, right? Because if everybody else isn't winning alongside you, then that is not winning, right? And so we are determined to show you how to take these building blocks and say, okay, we're going to start with those 3 legs, right? We're going to focus on that 40, 40, 40. If you end up with a 4th leg, that's fine, right?
That's fine. That's no big deal. You'll just make more money off of your fake business department.
You're going to obviously expand, but it's as long as understanding that only 40%, you can only max out 40% per at least 3 legs, right? Or 40% of the other, wherever that volume comes from, to get to that next rank. Okay. But if you are stacking, right? Let's say right now in your holding tank, which you can't see yet. And for me, for a visual person, it drives me crazy that I like can't see the people in my holding tank yet, the people that have already locked arms with me. But I know, right? You can see if you go into your back office and you click referrals, you can see who's already enrolled as a business partner with you. Start, you know, kind of getting those, watching now, who's stepping up into the leadership, who is like, oh my gosh, I've already got so many free accounts, right? You're going to want to know who's going to take those 3 top spots for you and really like step into a leadership role. And it doesn't mean that they've had years of leadership in the past. That's not what it has to be. It means who's stepping up right now saying, I'm ready to run with this. I'm ready to change lives with you guys. Like, I am passionate, I'm fired up, I'm coachable, you know, and I'm ready to do the dang thing. And so what I experienced was that, like Carrie Ann said, years ago, I came into this monkey on fire, okay, like not fully understanding holding tank or the business model, but I just knew that I was passionate about what I had in my hands and I was going to share it with everybody. Well, that being said, I looked like an octopus because I had people all over the place in my organization. Like my thing went like, woo, all the way out here. And that where I look back and say, gosh, if I had known then what I know now, right? I could have helped so many more leaders rank up, so many more leaders hit bonuses instead of.
She acts like it's this managerial position where you have to manage all of these people, and her team was just everywhere and they were flailing around like octopus arms. You have nothing to do with those people at the bottom. Those people under you, nothing to do with them almost most of the time, unless you're pestering them to get more people to join, to sell more, and trying to micromanage them so they make you at the top more money. You have nothing to do with those people because they own their own business when they join an MLM.
So they say.
This little team here and this little team here and this little team here and this little team here, all of these teams would have been helping each other. And so that's why we're so passionate right now about really like educating each and every one of you of the power of what we have and understanding the 40-40-40, because once you get it, it's like, okay, I know that like Carrie Ann said, she couldn't just take Crystal and say, all right, I've enrolled her and now I can sit back, because she can only utilize 40% of my organization's volume. So that 60% has to come from somewhere else, right? And so that's where, again, maximizing a minimum, you want a minimum of 3 legs to launch your business. Okay. And so again, if not, who are those people? Who are those ones that you're going to start stacking, right? And you're building now. Think of it like this. We're literally starting our home. All right. And we've just poured the clear the lot, right? And we're setting the foundation. Who is going to be on those three legs of your foundation? All right. To start brick by brick, putting on those 3 legs that's gonna hold your house up.
I feel like we're building a playhouse and not a real house. This house is going to crumble so quickly because that's fake cement you're using for that foundation. There's no testing of the soil happening before they pour the foundation. There's so many other things that have to happen before starting the foundation. That goes for building a house as well as a business.
Right? And the more that you build, the more that you're building up your leadership. And in that aspect as well, you're literally building leaders. And what I mean by that is not the number wise, the volume wise, even the financial, but you're helping other leaders step into leadership. And that's how leaders grow, right? And that
you're literally dragging and dropping a teammate under them. That's all you're doing. If they don't want to be a leader, if they don't have the skills to be a leader, then they're going to fail. You haven't interviewed them to take a job position or made sure their qualifications meet a leadership role. You're just moving the person that will benefit you better if they're under that person, allegedly, and in my opinion.
That's how leadership duplicates. So we really truly have with this holding tank that you do have 30 days. Once your holding tank goes live, you have 30 days every time you put somebody in there. Okay? So they'll sit in there for 30 days. So you don't have to stress and go, oh my gosh, I've got Jackie in my holding tank and I've got to move her today. Right? And you're not even sure where to put her. You have 30 days, and make sure that you're reaching up to your leadership, reaching up to your business partner who sponsored you in and saying, all right, this is what I got going on. How do I utilize this? How do I maximize this so to make sure that we're making, the best moves? And what's also really cool about this, you guys, is you can incentivize your runners on your team with this type of model. You can say, hey, Nikki, I see, you've really been bringing a ton of people in. Brent, you've been killing it. I've got umpteen amount of, because at that point, once we're live, you'll be able to see the volume that those people are bringing in as well, right? So you can incentivize your leadership that is showing up and running and saying, hey, if you bring in another 3, whatever your incentive may be, I have this much in waiting in holding tank volume that I can put underneath you. And just so you know, it's permanent. It's going to grow with you forever. Right? And you never know. I know, Carrie Ann is going to agree with me when I say we have watched over the years in this industry that you could take somebody who you had no idea who they even were. You had no idea what they could do. And they got placed somewhere in an organization and they blew up. They blew up. And that one move could change an entire organization's, like, their future, and how what happens there. So Carrie Ann, how do you want to piggyback off of that?
I agree. I mean, honestly, with like the strategy that I've kind of used in the past with the waiting room, I didn't have waiting room volume or holding tank volume placed under me because I was a strong leader when I came in. So everything that I built was me. But I learned in the first week how to utilize the comp plan and maximize it in my previous company. In my mind, I took the visual, like how I just wrote that out, and I was like, okay, you know what? So I signed up Kaylee. I'm giving, if Crystal goes under her, well, who's Kaylee's rock star and what's their weak leg? Like, do they need it one on this side of them, under them? So you could essentially stack a couple levels under. I just you have those conversations as it goes, but you think those visuals. I'm like, okay, I'm going to help this person rank up this person and this person just by one move, by placing someone under them. And then you're also, if you're someone that gets placed underneath someone, if I put Crystal under Kaylee, Kaylee could potentially place people under Crystal as well. So you will have people that you don't even know come into your organization through this, and you're also getting paid on them.
That's all they come back to. You're getting paid on them. When they keep reminding you that you're getting paid on them, that's a red flag. When you go into a sales position, which is what this is, a contracted sales position, they are not business owners. When you're in a sales position, you don't typically need a reminder that you're getting paid on things that are part of your job, because it goes without saying.
Which is, insane to me that when I heard that they were doing that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, it's seriously just phenomenal that we have this opportunity to do it. But no, like, you can max a comp plan, and the more people that you, like she said, help win by stacking and doing that, like, it's a matter of, you've got 30 days, you've got time to see where you're going to put them in your organization to help someone rank up, by month end. And you'll be able to take a look and say, okay, who's this person? And guys, Danielle and Chris, the AI technology that they're going to have created for us, these are going to be tools that will help us, like, hey, so-and-so is close to this rank, this person is doing this. Like, you're going to be able to see some of these. We'll be able to see the volume of the people in the holding tank. Yes, you are, like Crystal said, you can see, because everyone, when they come in, right now, you're all brand partners.
They go in a holding tank, right? Imagine this. You find out that you joined this business and you have been sitting in a holding tank like they have at Red Lobster, just waiting to see if you're staying under the person you joined under, or if they're going to put you under one of their teammates so they can benefit better monetarily off of you. Imagine finding that out. That sucks. I'm sorry.
You can see in the waiting room or the holding tank, whatever. I'm like, holding tank. Basically where your people sit for 30 days until you decide where they go. Everyone is just going to be your level one. So if you go to look at, like, let's take a look at my team. Where do I have everybody? The people are going to be on your first level until you move them. And some people, when you start, are just going to stay as your first level. You're going to see, okay, you know what? I've got these 6 people, this amount of volume. Where can I place them one by one? And this is, guys, when you're going to utilize, she said, your sponsorship, your upline. Hey, let's get on a Zoom. Let's pull up my legs.
That's what she said last night.
I'm really immature, I apologize.
Like, a lot of times what I would do is I can see everyone's legs. I can say, okay, this person, you're going to stack it under here, and we're going to do this. As a leader, you're going to get comfortable with this. And you're going to see, we've had some conversations with some of us on how you want to build your organization. Do you want to work 2 accounts, you and a spouse, and build those legs? Do you have, are your kids over 18, and they want to be a part of this business and benefit from placement volume and growing?
What? Ma'am, leave the kids out of this. They don't need this. They don't want this. They don't need this. Leave the kids out of this. Don't pass on your fucking mistakes to your children. Thank you and good night.
Those are conversations as well. Like, how do you want to place some of your people at the top? And I feel like those are going to be conversations we're going to dig way deeper into on another Zoom. These are just things in your mind. But I did want to touch on working 2 accounts, you guys.
Wait a fucking minute.
So if you're not someone that has been in this industry a long time, yes, it's important. Like, let's secure your spot. Let's get you up there. If you come in and you sign up your spouse, you've got 2 accounts that you're working in your household. You need to help your 3 people get 3 people. You need to basically get your 9 people. If you can't get 18 people yourself right away in those 10 days, don't sign up your spouse. Make them on day 10.
I haven't been speechless in a while I was filming. Don't sign up your spouse unless you have 18 people under you, but go ahead and work those 2 accounts. Sign up your spouse once you have the 18 people and then build his or her team for them. Is that what we're doing?
Your last person that you bring in and sign them up, and then you've got 10 days to build their leg of business, because you're essentially like burning their 10-day sprint if you can't maximize it and work it when you start. So if you have made a spouse an account right now and you're not sure you can do that, you can flip them back to a customer and go that route. Or if you're someone that plans to build, start thinking, okay, you know what? I need to now, when I have some people, a lot of the people that are going to come in that we know, that are my husband's friends, his family, those are going to be people that are enrolled personally to him. As we work the business together. In my previous business, I worked basically 2 accounts like they were one in tandem, just one after the other, and that was how we worked the compensation plan.
Was she in Body? She was in Body, wasn't she? Because Body used to be big on that. I think I remember seeing her somewhere. I know you guys are smarter than me a lot of the times, and you know where she came from. And I think it's Body. Can somebody confirm or deny it? Did I react to her before?
I mean, I'm intuitive, but my memory sucks.
I might have.
But like I said, I came in ready. A lot of us are going to come in probably more ready than we've ever been because we are founders. We have all this time to pre-build, but not everyone is going to be ready or wants to handle the stress of that. They just want to, they want to get their own bonuses and focus on that. If you give yourself too much on your plate and you're stressing like, oh my God, I'm not going to get like my husband's bonus. I'm not going to get this, like focus on you. And then you do that next leg of business. You've got 30 days with that waiting room feature. You bring your husband in and you do that later. He's still going to be there. You can still decide, oh, I'm going to place some people under him after I, bring them in because you have that whole month. So just giving you, the expectation of kind of what you should think about of what you're capable of or not capable of. Because it is, I've seen a lot of people that were like, oh, I sign up my spouse and they just sit there and order product every month. If you only are going to work one account, work your account. Your husband can be one of your auto ship customers every month. You can order product that you need, help you with earning, those free credits, placing orders there, getting yourself in that customer acquisition pool.
What the So, okay. What? You're encouraging these people to sign up and then sign their husband up as a customer underneath this person if they're not planning on running 2 accounts and ordering off your husband's account instead of your own so that you get more whatever toward your rank and your sales and your volumes. Do you think that actual professional sales people or business owners who are finding success have to do that? Do you think that they have to have that type of clarifying conversation on how to shop the products that you're selling? I don't think so. This is weird. It's a red flag.
Placing extra product orders that maybe you're going to use for team incentives and things like that. Utilize it that way. However everyone's going to have a different kind of business. I am a heavy recruiter. But when I got in the industry, like I was like everyone else. I just was like, I'm going to try this. I didn't know, how this would go. And I've been doing it for a while.
She's been doing it for a while, so she learned how to work these stupid compensation plans and how to talk in circles to make you so confused that you're like, yeah, where do I sign? Allegedly, and in my opinion.
So I want you guys to just think about know yourself. Don't sell yourself short. Like if you see a lot of people are just coming along like, hey, then do it. But if you make them a customer and you're going to be ordering that way, you can flip them to a distributor later and go that route. I think I've like reiterated that. I just want you to like not stress yourself out on having 2 accounts, but it's a blessing that you can, because there are a lot of companies that do not allow you to have more than 1 account. And they don't allow you to have, you know, your spouse or anything like that. So it absolutely is a blessing. What other, anything else that you can think of?
Yeah, I wanted to piggyback off of that too, because I've seen this question come a couple of times. So I just wanted to reiterate how Carrie just said that, you know, a lot of other companies don't allow more than 1 account in the same household. Okay.
So again, going back to these companies just making up whatever fucking rules they want, because the actual standards, the outline, the guides for these type of businesses, it's almost non-existent. They can almost get away with anything they want to because there's no regulation happening.
Let me rephrase that.
Hardly any regulation happening.
Another thing that has come up is that how many of you, and maybe if you have been in this industry, you had like your account, then you had like maybe a husband or a friend or a spouse or your dog, I don't know, and you're like ordering your product through like that account because you want to get paid on your own product, right? Your own order. Here, we don't have to do that because you get paid on your order when you place it. Like that is incredible. And it's such a like, whoo, what? Wait, that actually happens now? Like I don't have to have my little Mousy and like ordering, why is Mousy getting product? Like, no, you get to order under your own account and you get paid on it. Okay. So that is huge in itself. Another thing, like Carrie Ann was saying, you know, again, we definitely, as you start to get your people in your holding tank and you start to, okay, like I want to wrap my head around this. How do I move? Who do I move? That is 100%. Don't just feel like you have to do it on your own. Make sure that you're reaching out to your sponsor and really strategizing together. Really funny story is Nikki and I have been in this industry together for over a decade. And, you know, we were business partners in our previous businesses as well. And the first time we ever experienced then, which was kind of funny how we carry on, keep saying, is it waiting room? Is it what, you know, because verbiage changes. But then we had a holding tank, right? And we had never moved. Like we were like throwing spaghetti at the wall and so like seeing if it would stick, right? And so I had done the first move and I was like, okay, like this girl was expiring in my waiting or moving holding tank, whatever, that day, and you had to move her. I had to move her. And we're like, well, I don't know. What do I do? And she was like, I don't know. What you should move her. And I was like, oh, I don't know. Okay. And so I moved her under my husband. And it was so funny. I'll never forget that. And that was like at least 12 years ago, this conversation. And it was like, okay, it's done and it's permanent, right? And she was like, oh my gosh, you did it. And I was like, yeah, should I have not? You know, it's really funny how, you know, when you're first to do it, it can be like, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? But this is fun. And again, it's not only fun, it's, you know, you get to strategize in your business, your efforts, you get to reward other people that are putting in the effort. You know what I mean? You get to reward your runners, you get to incentivize your leaders, you get to build leaders all with this incredible tool. Okay. And so just look at this as like, it is truly the company investing back into you that you get to now invest for your hard work. You get to invest and incentivize your people as well. So it's really an incredible tool to utilize. It's an incredible way to take brick by brick and build yourself one incredible foundation in house and home, right? And community, because that's also what it does, and bring leadership together. So I hope that you guys are excited. I hope you're fired up about this. I hope that we helped kind of clear up what holding tank is and how it works and how you're going to be able to utilize it and take advantage of it and build something incredible that you're not the only one winning. You're going to help everybody with you win. And that really is truly some of the biggest magic in this industry. So Carrie Ann, I'll pass it back to you to does
anybody have a question on anything right now?
Crickets. There's no questions because nobody knows what the fuck just happened.
I just think, guys, once you get like when the previous company that I was with for 10 and a half years, the way we learned, you know, was our very first week, we printed up a paycheck and just went line by line to learn where did this come from? How do we understand the compensation plan? And I actually printed and studied the whole compensation plan before I joined the company.
I'm concerned about the group of individuals in this multi-level marketing company. Did you not learn, like nobody taught you about a check? And printing out a check is not going to explain a compensation plan ever. You're comparing apples and oranges. A check you hardly ever get from an MLM. Let's be honest, in most cases. But also, why don't we already know what a check is or how to read a check or how to figure out where the check came from. At this big age, at our big ages, we should know. I don't remember who taught me, but I know somebody taught me how to read a check. I could have even looked it up on Google. You could literally look up on Google how to read a check, and it will break out the different pieces of the check for you to show you how to read it if you are a child that doesn't know how to read a check yet.
Because this concept of a waiting room was just so unfamiliar to me. And the fact that you can help so many people, I was like, this is crazy.
You should study a compensation plan before joining anything if there's a compensation plan. And if there is a compensation plan that is this confusing, it's probably a problematic company that you shouldn't be joining, in my opinion.
This is crazy, you guys. So as we go, there's going to be a lot of trainings, a lot of things like that. And it's going to be, a lot of these are going to be individual, one-on-one. As we help you build your organization, or as we move people under you in that, can you have more than one account but the same email? Like my husband has the same email. No, you need to have a separate email for each account. Just to have them registered in the system.
So the only requirement is a different name and email, not a different address, not a different phone number, not any of the things. All you need is a different email. You could sign up so many accounts. Oh, this is not going to last long.
But it really is just, I don't know. I'm excited for it. But just start thinking, like I have, a notebook, obviously all my brand partners who are brand partners. You can see who's showing up, who's plugging into the things, but I honestly have no idea how many people anyone has signed up. I know what I've signed up. So I think once the waiting room is turned on and we can kind of see those things, it will be really cool to see, organization. And also another thing is don't ever ask, like, hey, do you have someone you can give me? Can you put them under me? I need something. You know what I mean? So that's always just something I like to put out there. Guys, if you're doing the work, you're going to get rewarded. And like I said, Crystal and I both had a conversation. I was Holly's strong leg in our business. So no one was ever placed under me. Everything that I did $90 million as a team sales. Those were from all of the people. That wasn't from something someone gave me. But could you imagine if like, I was that person, if you got me placed under you, like in this organization, like someone may come along in this business and you see where they're placed under you, like those are the kind of things that can change a business. So, you literally never know who's going to come along in your business. I've had so many people that came along that ended up making more money than I did, that were rock stars, and, they'd never been in this industry, guys. So this is like, there's a new, I feel like Danielle and Chris are bringing like a really like sexy, fresh vibe to this business. It's going to create people who've never been in this industry before that want to be a part of it. And obviously people who are seasoned, we all want to be a part of it because we know, all of the awesome things that they're providing.
Yeah, if they've never been in the industry before. I don't know if very many people who are seasoned are going to start after all of the leaders are in place, if they make it that far, because anybody seasoned enough in an MLM industry knows that this is not going to last long. They have 3 products of which we still don't know anything about, which should probably be included in the compensation plan. We haven't learned about how much we make every sale, and we're almost done with this call. I don't think they're going to talk about how much you can make in sales at all in this video. We're just going to talk about placing your team where it's going to benefit you and them best. What are you making off of however many bundles you sell in a month? What are those types of profits looking like? We still don't know. If they have a whole compensation training in a sales position you're looking into without talking anything at all about the actual sales that you'll be doing, that you'll be making, that's a red flag, and you should either ask a lot of questions or get up and leave the room.
I'm leaving.
And that's why we want to train on it. Can you go over what happens after the kit's purchase? What will be the monthly amount a person needs to sell each month? You really just only need your personal volume. On each of the rank requirements on here, it'll show, I think the one is $60 in personal volume. One of them is $2,000 in group volume, $120 in personal volume. these are basically rank by rank what you're going to need. And you're going to be able to see that when you log in. There's going to be widgets and all of that.
But you have to pay to join before you can even log in and see these things that they're talking about. You have to pay to join, in which they benefit by making a profit off of you being underneath them.
Or you're just getting your own personal product, like you're just, loving your Prepara and you want to get that, you're going to end up with the volume that you need to stay active. And keep your business going. If you don't have a team and you're not losing anything if you don't have people under you yet. But the widgets will definitely be nice to utilize all of that. But a lot of the ranking is going to come based on when most of the time your personal order is going to be plenty to just keep you active and keep you going. And I think that's about it.
So then why even join? If you're the only one keeping you active, you're just joining for a rebate essentially, or a discount. Why do that? Again, we still haven't talked about the products at all. And the products are a magic pill that doesn't really do anything for you. It's just it's a supplement, and there's hardly any regulation in the supplement world. So it's very hand in hand with MLM. So it doesn't surprise me when they come out with these health and wellness MLMs with their supplements, because they can get away with a lot more. And then they have $120 protein. They have 3 products that they still haven't talked about. That's my main point, really.
Well, I don't want to keep you guys too long because today is just like the best day for Zooms. So obviously this has nothing to do with this comp plan training, but be sure to reach out to every single person who has an account with you today to invite them to this special Zoom tonight so we can learn about these products. Will be amazing. It says, if you get your 3, I understand that if I have 2, I have to have 3 that I've sponsored for it to count. Not me enrolling 2 and having 1 placed by my upsign. So if I have 2 personals, 1 is placed by my upsign. That's basically for your 90-day or your $500 bonus, like the help 3 get 3 and your 10-day sprint. Those are 3 people that are personally enrolled by you. But for these rankings, I believe that some of those legs can be placed by someone else underneath you. You only have to have so many that are specifically enrolled personally to you. I will confirm that though, on how it goes. On if you have to have a certain amount that are specifically to you. Customers, how will customers be placed versus partner? Customers go nowhere. They just, they aren't placed anywhere. They're just generating volume, personal volume for you. And your volume comes from customers or your own order. And that group volume adds to your team volume. You kind of combine all of that together, and that's how you get a rank. Is any orders that your customers have done and anything your team has done all combines together. Is the Zoom for Trey only for people signed as a brand partner? Yes, you can invite people that created an Explore or a customer account. You can privately invite them, give them that link. And then
just like the rest of them, we just want to make sure, please do not share any of the Zoom links ever publicly on any of your social medias. All of our Zooms are definitely like private invite only, but
they publicly post this on YouTube after it's recorded. So I don't know what the exclusivity is there.
Anybody you've been talking to and interested, like, let these Zooms do the work for you. This is the validation tools that you need to help build your business. These are the validation tools that are going to get that person that you're like, this person can totally rock this. Let us do the work for you, So again, use these tools that we're putting out there to get your people on and get them plugged in.
And then the what percentage of retail customer purchases do we receive? Each, I have it written down. I don't know where I have it though. Each product has what's called a commissionable volume, the volume that you're going to get paid on. So let's say something is, let's just say Prepare is $100 and you get 70% of that. Like your commissionable volume is 70% of that. So it's $70. You're going to get paid 30% of the commissionable volume associated with a product.
What? You guys. Okay. I heard about this already. I was like, what? What the fuck? Who would sign up for this? Let's compare it to Scentsy, because I know a lot of you are very familiar with Scentsy at this point, whether you have been in or we have just been talking about it ad nauseum on my channel. So say we're taking Scentsy, right? And all the MLM business models are equally as shitty. Okay. I just want to make that clear before we make this comparison because it's going to make Scentsy look real nice. Equally as shitty. Just remember that. So you take Scentsy's compensation plan, right? And you have what's called a PRV over there, which is personal retail volume. That would be considered your commissionable volume on your own sales. So typically, if it's not a licensed product with a Scentsy, you get the full, so they take the percentage from that full PRV, that full amount. So say you're buying a warmer that costs $50 and that consultant will get 20, 25, 30% of that full $50 because that's the full PRV, as long as it's not a licensed product or a charitable product. What she's saying here is somebody is going to go on and buy a product for $100. Their commissionable volume, which is their CV, which would be the same as the PRV when we're comparing the compensation plan to Scentsy, their commissionable volume is 70% of the price of every product. So why is it that the people selling your products for you only get commissions based off of the 70%? And even then, it's a very variable commission of that 70%. Why do you have to make it so fucking confusing?
Up to 40%, because you start out with 30. Once you have up to $500 in sales, it goes to 35%. Then once you hit over $1,000 in personal sales, you're earning 40%. So if it's 70% of that, you're going to earn, 40% of that $70 in commission.
Is it in sales or is it in commissionable volume, ma'am? Do they have to actually sell that many things? Or is it 70% of that? What are we doing? Why? What? How are people justifying handing their money to this company?
Each item will have a commissionable volume, which I think, like I said, I have a breakdown. I can find it and share that with you guys. Or get it to you, Terry.
I'd love to see it. You should have had it. She should have had it. Another example of how these people don't know what the fuck they're doing. You should have examples of your compensation plan ready to go for these people before even getting on this call that you're claiming is a compensation plan training. This is a compensation plan training, and they don't even have any examples to show you. Red flag, run.
So someone gets it to you. My question got bumped. So I put my husband to customer, and then day 10, you can switch him back and make him like your 10th partner, or your last person for your partner, and then work a bonus under him. The only thing is, like I said, if you've got people that you want to be lined up under him, they need to be signed up under him, going forward. So that's the only thing that's going to get tricky.
This just feels like people teaching you how to scam people effectively, but this is ineffectively because the red flags are waving.
Is if you're trying to line up those people, they won't be in the system. Customers I think can refer customers. So we may be able to have it that way. We'll look at it. I haven't seen the customer referral side yet where they can earn products and refer people, just not commission. So if you're lining people up, your customers can use that referral link. So Kaylee,
what products?
Could take Cody's account, his customer link, and the people would just be customers under him. Do the 3 legs have to be balanced to get your CV that earns you pay like on a bilateral? No, you're paid on your commissionable volume. Regardless of that, you're going to get paid on the placement and the enrollment for all of those people there. It's just a matter of ranking and things like that you're not going to earn on like a binary. You had to match, so you're not going to run into that. I think that we've got that. And if you guys think deeper questions, like I said, we're going to add upon this and kind of keep going upon this as we build, just because I know that this is something that's like, oh, this is so confusing. Like, shit, I don't get it. Like, don't stress. Like, it definitely is going to come in time. And the waiting room and the placement and all of those things, like, you can't screw it up. We can help you. Like, these are things, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to show you where to place, how to do it. And then in time, like, I would say by the end of January, end of February, like, you're going to be the expert. You're going to be able to train your team and do these things.
There's going to be no teams, guys. There's just going to be no teams. Can we be completely honest? This is not going to last.
That's how confident I know this is going to work, because we are going to continue to reiterate and do trainings and plug in so everyone knows how to make the best decision for their team and their legs of business. So, well, I will let you guys go. I will see all your happy faces at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight with Trey's Zoom. And enjoy your Monday.
Bye guys.
Thank you so much.
Y'all, what are we doing? What are we doing? We are smarter than this. Don't join Trunori. Please don't fall for this bullshit. If you're leaving Scentsy and looking for a new MLM, this is definitely not it. No MLMs are it, but this, top of the list, not it. Don't do it. Anyway, as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.